Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on The Flash, just in general, I guess season 7, but not really. So if Corona wasn't a thing, we would actually be exactly 1 week away today from The Flash season 7 starting up, as well as just a good chunk of the other DC Arrowverse stuff on the CW beginning as well. There a couple of days ago, or in a few days ago, a week from now, if we were, in normal times. But of course, instead we're about, I think, 2 days away, from the Flash season 7 starting its filming. So it's crazy what this year is bringing us. But of course, seeing we're about to head into season 7's filming and some, stuff coming out about it, we have had 6 seasons of The Flash, over 100 episodes, I think more towards maybe 150 now. And within that 100, plus episodes, we all have our favorite episodes, as well as our, not so favorite episodes. In this video, we'll be focusing on that not so favorite side of things, as we will be going over the top 10 worst episodes based off fans / viewers, whatever you want to call them. Now, this isn't my top 10 worst list. I need to, just get that out there so no one goes, oh my god, I can't believe you listed this in the bottom 10. How could you do that? Not my list. It's from IMDb. However, I would put a few of these in that list. Not a lot of them. I'd say the majority I wouldn't, but some of them would be in that list. Of course, we could have called this the bottom 10 best, but that sounds not as good, so top 10 worst. Now, of course, throughout the video or towards the end of it, comment your thoughts on all of this. Are there some here you feel are actually good episodes and don't belong here, or at the very least, the very least they just don't deserve to be here? And are there some episodes that you personally feel are, one of the worst episodes and should be here, something that we didn't mention? As I said, I think the majority of the ones here probably don't deserve to be here, so there should be some ones that you can substitute in. So yeah, let me know all of that in the comment section down below, as well as any thoughts about one of these specific episodes if you want to, any of the ones we bring up. And of course, as always, during this time, it would be greatly appreciated if you could drop a like on the video. Means much more for the video than you'd think, so if you could do that, takes 2 seconds, would be awesome. So I'm going to go through numbers 10 to 6 without really diving too in depth as to why they would be there, because it is really the bottom 5 that have the biggest jump in ratings in regards to being very low rated, while the 10 to 6 there isn't that big of a jump. So we'll do that, then get into more detail with numbers 5 through to 1. So number 10 is season 6 episode 12, otherwise entitled A Girl Named Sue, which overall has a 7.2 out of 10 on IMDb, which isn't too bad, but it puts it into the bottom 10. Now, I think one of the main reasons is that this would be in the bottom 10 would probably be a lack of Barry. I think that's actually going to be a big explainer for a lot of the ratings, at least in this numbers 10 through to 6, is a lack of Barry. Because I can tell you, without, and this I guess spoils it, but 4 of these top 5 of the bottom 5, if that makes sense, are season 6 episodes, which blew my mind. That there was that many season 6 episodes in this top 10 worst. I couldn't believe it. But I think it's a lack of Barry there that sort of puts this episode down. It was a Ralph and Sue episode, as the episode title does suggest. At number 9 is season 4 episode 17, otherwise entitled Null and Annoyed. This is actually a Kevin Smith directed episode, so I was surprised it was so low rated. From memory, this was the episode where Barry and Ralph have that disagreement and they fight. I think in season 4, Barry and Ralph fight. I think this is that episode, and then like an episode or 2 later, DeVoe quote-unquote kills Ralph. So it was like setting up Ralph being right in the end. It was that episode. I can't remember being that bad. I thought it was actually half decent, but maybe the whole Ralph versus Barry thing turned people off. I can't really remember, to be completely honest, but that's there. At number 8, season 6 episode 10, otherwise entitled Marathon. This was the mid-season premiere from season 6. Once again, I think it's a lack of Barry. If anyone remembers this episode, it was when like Diggle and Barry, I think, are together. And the reason that there was not hardly any Barry in this episode, I think he's in like 3 scenes altogether, is because Grant Gustin would have been filming Crisis. So it's like this is like legitimately an Iris episode. Like Iris is the main star in most of this episode. So yeah, I think that's maybe why it's low rated. Because I don't think it was a bad episode, but I guess maybe people downvoted it because it had a lot of Iris or mainly had no Barry. That's probably the main reason, probably. At number 7, season 6, again, episode 19, Success is Assured. This is the season 6 finale, or the quote-unquote finale that we got, which once again, I think was a bad episode, but maybe people just thought, wow, this is the finale we're getting, so we'll downvote it. Not too sure. I think if this was just a normal episode 19, it wouldn't be here. But yeah, it's there. And at number 6, season 6, episode 16, So Long and Good Night, which was the Ragdoll episode. This has a 6.7 out of 10 on IMDb. I'm surprised it's in the 6s because I don't remember it being that bad of an episode. I remember the villain wasn't very good. We had that whatever her name was, like one of the new one that like could turn invisible. It wasn't a very good villain alongside Ragdoll, so maybe that was why. Not too sure. Bit weird. But here we go. We jump into the top 5 worst or the bottom 5 episodes on IMDb, whichever way you want to put it. And I'll give some reasons specifically as to why they would be as low as they are. So at number 5, the 5th worst, is episode 21 from season 4, otherwise entitled Harry and the Harrisons. Now this has a 6.6 out of 10 on IMDb, and most of you might be able to remember it, but this is the episode where you had Amunet Black. So this is I think the second or third last episode of the season. I think it was the third last. I think we had 23 episodes that season, and Barry and the team go to Amunet Black to get help trying to take down DeVoe's satellite. So they try to get like a ball of Amunet shards or something to chuck at the satellite or whatever it is. It was like something along those lines. So you had a lot of Amunet Black in this episode, and it's like her undercover. It was a bit strange. And then you also had Harry Wells from Earth 2. This is when he's getting like dumb, and he's with the Council of Wells, so it's a big Council of Wells episode. You had like the Matthew McConaughey Wells and all those versions, and people just didn't like it. No one really liked the Council of Wells. It was okay the first time, but I think they did it like too many times, and people just got over it, and then they had this episode pretty much focused around it. Yeah, it didn't go well. At number 4, the 4th worst, we have episode 17 from season 3, otherwise entitled Duet. This has a 6.1 out of 10 on IMDb, and this is of course the musical crossover with Supergirl. Now, this actually isn't that bad of an episode. It is placed terribly within season 3 of The Flash. For those that don't know, this episode came after the episode where Barry rescues Wally from the Speed Force prison and Jay stays in there. This is the episode following that. So this episode deals with Wally's PTSD with Savitar through Music Meister. It was terrible placement. This episode should have been on Supergirl, but they obviously wanted to use The Flash and its ratings, so it was worth doing a musical crossover and the time and money that would have been invested in it. So that's why they put it on The Flash. It should have been on Supergirl. Supergirl could have dealt with it. It wouldn't have affected their story too much. But it was in the worst place possible. I don't know who greenlit that decision. In regards to the episode by itself, if you just go back and watch it as it is, it was always going to be like, the analogy I'd use is probably, it's going to be like spicy food. Either you love it or you hate it. That's probably the best way to put it. The 3rd worst, at number 3, we have episode 16 of season 4, otherwise entitled Run, Iris, Run. Now, this has a 5.4 out of 10 on IMDb. Look, this episode, like, it was really hyped up. There was a lot of promotion around it, and it really came and went as fast as a speedster could. In general, the episode was rushed, and in some ways you could argue forced. I think if this not this episode, but this story, if you want to call it, was over a 2 or 3 episode arc, it would have been better. Also, take out that I want my money, because, wow, that was terrible. But, yeah. I have my thoughts that they had no intention to really give Iris any focus here. They did some development there, but in the end, it just felt like a reason to connect Nora more, Nora West Allen more in the next season by having that jacket that Iris wears in the episode being Nora's suit. It honestly felt that was the whole reason for it, but it was rushed. As I said, if we went over an actual arc of episodes, could have been better, but it was come and go. Didn't mean much. And the 2nd worst episode is episode 5 of, once again, season 4. This is Girls' Night Out with a 5.2 out of 10. Once again, Amunet Black's in there. Felicity was in this episode as well, which could have been a trigger point for some people. It did have the parts where like the boys went on, like, I think it was Barry's Bucks night, and they went to like the strip club and everything like that. Ralph's was like the VIP there, or the whatever you want to call it. Chicken wings. I think Cecile's daughter was a stripper there. Was that the episode? I think Cecile's daughter's a stripper. Have we seen her since? I don't know. Maybe that episode was like a shock that the actress never came back. I have no idea. But yeah, that episode wasn't anything to write home about. It wasn't amazing. Probably deserves to be in there. And finally, Number 1, I'm sure maybe some of you would have been able to think what it is, but then again, the list has sort of been unpredictable, especially in that first half. And the worst episode on IMDb with a 4.9 out of 10, wow, is episode 11 of season 6, otherwise entitled Love is a Battlefield. I'm sure most of you guys remember Daddy Likes the Metal. This was the Valentine's Day episode, which I guess threw a lot of people off. I can't remember if there was a lot of Barry in this episode. It had like Iris undercover, and I think this was like the first episode with Mirror Iris. This was either the first episode with Mirror Iris there, or at the end of this episode, Mirror Iris takes over. I think this might have been the first episode with Mirror Iris though, so it was one of those. So either the last episode with normal Iris until the end of the season, or it was the first episode with Mirror Iris. But yeah, this probably deserves to be down there. It was a stupid episode. Was it the worst one? I don't think so, but it was the stupidest one, which I can understand why it would have the lowest rating, because it just was so stupid. Wow, that Daddy Likes the Metal scene was so silly. Meme worthy, like hell of a meme, but so stupid. But yeah, overall, as I said, I was shocked to see so many season 6 episodes. Not Love is a Battlefield, but definitely like those 4 that were in that 10th to 6th position. I was sort of shocked to see so many there. I think the reasons I gave are probably why they're there, but I was still shocked to see them, because I could name, like, there's still a good amount of episodes from season 3 that I'd chuck in there. And you know what the biggest surprise is? There is no episodes from season 5, which is the worst season. So I don't know if that just means season 5 was just so bang average, if not below average, but not terrible in episodes that didn't get here. But I don't think there was any season 5 episodes even close to the bottom 10, which is actually really, really surprising. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like and to show support. As I said earlier on, let me know all your opinions in the comments section down below about this. Do you think there should have been some episodes in here that weren't in here? And do you think that some of the episodes that are here don't deserve to be here? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments section down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.